Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope that you all are doing well. So today in this video we are gonna do the critical analysis of a short story, The Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. First of all, let's see the author's background. Leo Tolstoy was a Russian writer and great author of all time. He belongs to Russia and some of his literary works are War and Peace, Childhood, What Men Live By, Resurrection and Kingdom of God is Within You. Then, what kind of figurative language he mostly use? For it is the alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound in a sentence. Like for example, he fell fainting on the ground, moaning feebly. Now here the sound f is used thrice in a sentence. Then he used irony. Irony is, we can say, like when you try to say something, but the meaning is totally different. Irony is basically of three types. We'll discuss it further. But irony is, the opposite of what is said, like that. It can be situational as well, like what we were expecting and what happened, like that. So here is the example. I wish to kill you and you saved my life. This is basically the reference from the same story, The Three Questions, which was published in 1885. So let's come forward. Here is the plot of the story. The rising king, he got many try to give him answer but didn't. Then the climax, when the king saw a bird man that was wounded and dying. And the resolution was when the hermit answers of the three questions. This is basically the plot. We'll get to know about the story in the summary basically, and when you read it, you'll try to understand. So there were basically three main characters: the king, uh, who was, who went to the hermit. Hermit was a wise man in order to get the answers of some of the questions, and the enemy. The setting was the emperor and mountain. The time was day and night, and that doesn't matter at all. So these were the three questions from where the title is has been, given. The first was what was the right time for every action? Who were the most necessary people? And what was the most important thing to do? These were the three questions which the king wanted to have an answers from the hermit. And hermit was not giving the answers. He kept him, doing things and he didn't give the answer. But at the last, he got his answers. Now, let's see. Here's the critical analysis. First of all, the narrator, like who is narrating this story? It is third person omniscient. Like, when you read the story, you will understand that it is written in third person point of view. Means the characters are not involved and someone outside the story is narrating it. And omniscient means the narrator knows everything, means he knows what is going on inside the mind of the characters as well. Okay. Then here are some of the author's point of view, like they are giving the answers, like who is the most important person to be with. So the hermit answered it at the end. The most important man is he with whom you are, like the man or the person with whom you are in present. He's the most necessary person or the most important person right now. As he's present in front of you, he must be, he deserve to be given your whole time and efforts and all that. What was the most important thing to do? So the hermit replied, the most important thing is to do good because for that purpose alone was man sent into this life. Here is the main character. A hermit, a religious man as main character of the story, and the two main themes were love and kindness. Now let's discuss something which is not present in the slides. Like for example, first of all, when you read the story, you will understand how, matlab, what is it about. So the story is like there was a king who wanted to have answer of these three questions. So he, consulted many people like priests, magicians, and all these things. And many people recommended him that you should ask from them and these and that. And many people gave different answers. So he was not, satisfied or convinced by them. So he went to hermit in order to have the answers. So the hermit didn't give him the answers. So the king, kept working for him, like so that he can give me the answers. No? So meanwhile, there was a man who went, means who came wounded. So, so when he came wounded, the king, mm, do his, first aid and all that thing. And when he got somehow recovered, he told the king that I was there to save you, to kill you, and you saved my life. Means in reality, he came in order to kill him, but the situation was in contrast. So then after that, that king asked the hermit that I am now leaving and I want you to answer these three questions. So then he answered these three questions, like, and he gave the reference of the situation which happened with the king. Na? Like if he had answered it before, he might have gone to his castle again, and on the way he might got killed. But when the hermit didn't give the answer, so what happened was, uh, the soldiers of the king, found that enemy or that killer, and they, attacked him. So the situation got, reversed. So that was the thing, and this was like, I would say, uh, the answer to these three questions were like that. The first is like, what is the important? I mean, what is the right time for the thing? This is now. Means when you are doing something now, now is the best time to do the thing. There is no perfect timing. There is no perfect time. This is now. This is the timing. Then secondly, what are the most important person? These are those with whom you are. Means the person who is standing before you, who is sitting before you, with whom you are currently, that man, that person deserves your full time and energy and attention. And what was the third question? So the third question was, what is the important thing to do? So the most important thing to do is to do good, because that's alone why a man is sent there. These were the answers of hermit to the questions of the king. And this got proved even when the king experienced it. So I hope you understand it. And as far as the critical analysis is concerned, these are the thoughts of the author or that story, and we have to follow this. Like if you have something, your own point of view other than that, you must have the reference or the justification of that. Otherwise, you have to go through this, and you must have the reference in order to justify your argument. So that was it. I hope you understand. Thank you.